Please be advised of the disclaimers. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Sai with Pinnacle Trading here. So today we're going to take a look at natural gas and if it's a good buying opportunity right now for a swing trade or a little bit longer holding into the winter. So if you're new to my channel, I make a lot of trading and investing videos. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and the like button after you watch the video. So let's jump into it. So natural gas, this is the futures symbol for that one. That's /NG, that's natural gas, and make sure to enter it correctly. So make sure to look at the January 21st. That's the current contract right now. They change every few months. They change constantly, so make sure you're on the updated one so that you're not looking at the old one. So we can see that right now we saw a jump up to about 2.937. It got rejected off that 3 on natural gas and came back down today. So let's look at the daily chart on this one. So it made a nice move up from the pre-market, and then what happened, it just sold off into the day and mostly into the end of the day went up and then started coming back down and sold off later in the after hours. So if we take a look at UNG, this is another ETF for this one. This is a low volatility one, whereas UGAS and DGAS, they're delisted now. So if you look at BOIL, you can trade this. This is a leverage 3x fund, so you can see how drastically it moves compared to UNG, and I'll show you the differences between them. But right now we're looking at natural gas futures itself because that's the main indicator for this one. This is an ETN, so we want to keep that in mind. So let's take a look at a bigger chart on this one. Let's look at the 180 day, look at the key support levels on this one and key resistance levels. So we have a big support right here. We can identify 2.6 because that's where it recently bounced off of. You know, it may go a little bit below, but we want to look at whole dollar supports or whole dollar point supports and resistance on this. So we have support right here, 2.6. So looking for 2.7 to make big resistance next. That's where we got our buy signal, went up, got rejected off the 200 SMA, coming back down below 50 SMA, which is that blue line here. So when we take a look at BOIL, I'm looking to swing this or UNG, and I'll show you why. So on this one, I drew out a support 25 because last time I alerted this one, where I alerted BOIL, alerted around 25.3 or so if I remember correctly, and this went all the way up to about 30, 31, and I sold a little bit early, about 26, 27, but it went a lot more up. So now I'm looking for it to come back down to about 26, maybe even to that 25 level. We'll see if that support holds, but I have a alert right here at 25, and I'll set it at 25.5 as well and look for a starter position. If you don't want to deal with DK or anything with the leverage fund, anything that's quickly moving, if you want to hold a little bit longer, or if you don't want to get stuck on the big moves that happen on those, you can play UNG. This is an ETF for natural gas, and this is not leverage fund, so it doesn't move as much. You know, the returns might not be as great, but the DK doesn't hit you. The DK brings down the leverage funds very quickly, like TQQQ, UVXY, the VIX, and this is one of them like that. But on this one, we have low volatility, so we can hold it a little bit longer. If you're newer to this, I suggest trading this. So this one, we have a support right here, 10 level. That's what I've been watching so far. Anytime it hits close to that 10 level, 10.3, it's been bouncing off that 50 SMA. And what happened, I'm thinking this is a capitulation period, which means they bring the price down really quick, fast, shake people out, and that's where the big buyers come in and make that big move up. So you can see that, you know, we see drops before those big move ups. We can see that it drops drastically before it moves up, and also it reports on Thursday, so you want to keep that in mind. I'll go over it in just a second. So on UNG, I'm looking at support. I drew these out at 10 and then 9.5. 10 is going to be that short-term support. That's where I'm looking to hold around, maybe 10-20 cent move up or down, but I'm looking for the main whole dollar support 10 area to hold. And then I'm looking at 9.5 because that's a big support from July of this year, June into July, and that's where it spiked off of. If you look at this area, spiked off that 9.5, went over the 10 and just broke at all the way to 14. So keep that in mind as well. So those are the key price points I'm looking at: UNG, BOIL, and NG. If we look at NG, let's look at the Fibonacci chart on this one to get key price points. Here we can see that 2.649 is next support, so let's just call it 2.65, and then 2.9 or 3 area is going to be the resistance for right now. And then the overall support is going to be about 2.4, 2.5 right here, give or take a little bit more, just because this decays over time. So we want to be careful when the contracts roll over to the next month or the new ones, you know, they decay a little bit, and the prices have fluctuations. So the way we track natural gas is it has reports. All you have to do is Google natural gas report or Nat Gas report, and then it's the first one. This is how you can read the natural gas chart. And then we see the implied flow. It's going to be in BCF, which is billion cubic feet. Then that's the storage. And you can see the historic chart where the big moves happen. We can see that from about usually from February, March into November. That's where the big move happens, but usually it can happen in December or so, depending on how the weather is around, if there's any hurricanes, different storms, or also just cold weather all around. Depends on the storage. Usually we're getting a little bit warmer weather in the winter times now, a little bit more colder weather later into the new year. So I'm looking for that big move up from mid-Feb to March to all the way to November. So let's see if that happens as well. We can see that on here as well. We can see the July all the way to November, October. We can see that big move up. So that's how I'm looking to play this. Today I got in a very small starter position. I re-entered UNG at 10.25. Last time I alerted Boyle, you can see at 24.8. It went all the way up to 31 as I showed you on the chart, and then also traded UNG. I got in at around 10.34 on that one, and it went all the way up to about 10.7, 10.8. Let's take a look at that chart again. You can see on UNG that it went all the way up to about 10.8, 10.9. So let's jump back into the alerts, and this is the free chat room. I'll show you how to join in just a second, but these are the type of alerts that we have. I keep this separate: natural gas chat, we have the commodities alert, and we have gold, oil, etc. So we have this commodities. The rest of the chat room is pretty self-explanatory. So those are the key price points, support, resistance levels on natural gas. I'm got in today at 10.25 on UNG, and it fell a little bit today. So I'm actually looking to add more tomorrow. I'll look at a pre-market and the report comes out. Looks like it's selling off right now for it to go up. So you can see the volume after hours at the end of the day as well. So I'm going to keep a very close eye on this at the 10 and the 9.5 level. That's the area I'm looking to add. And I'm looking to sell about 11, 12, you know, a couple whole dollars above. Once we head into next year, I'm basically loading up on positions slowly, buying small chunks, and I'll look to scale out. I'll make an updated video later as time goes on, but make sure to join the chat room. You can join that using the description below. There'll be a link to the chat room, or you can head over to the website pinnacletrading.us. You can click on the join now for free button to join the chat room. And if you want to learn how I do all this charting, etc., I'm not a broker in any way, so I'm not giving any financial advice, but this is a course that I offer, that I put together to teach everyone how to get into the stock market, education, trading and investing, and also some of my secrets to you that I use every day. And we also do live web streams with the chat room to go over everything, and I post my latest updates on this. So hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button, and leave in the comments what you think of natural gas and my videos as well. So have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video.